Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I have another test of a cutting file that I've created for my scan and cut, and I used the Canvas Workspace software to do that, following a tutorial by Beverly's Chaos Crafting, or Crafty Chaos, something like that. I will definitely leave a link though in the description to the tutorial as well as to her blog, so that you can also make the same card that I've got today, or come up with something of your own. You don't even have to have a scan and cut or a Cricut or a silhouette to do this. You can simply do it with dies that you have on hand, or draw your own. Find a template, make a template. But here is my version of Noah's Ark. It's a very large card. It's an 8 by 8. It's been pieced together using the cutting file that I created for my scan and cut using Canvas Workspace. And then I have a number of little animals that also adorn the ark. So it was a fun card to make. It can be used for so many different occasions. You don't even have to make it into a card. You could have some sort of home decor as well. So if you'd like to learn how I put this together, then stick with me and I'll show you how. The first thing I'm going to do is prepare the card blank. Now this is going to be an 8 by 8 card. So if you don't have a pre-cut 8 by 8 card blank, then you can make your own, just like I'm going to do here. So I've got two pieces cut at 8 by 8 and then 8 by 8.5. And I'm going to place the 8.5 one in the scoreboard and score it at 1/2 inch, because what we're going to do is join these two pieces together. So I can actually just go over here, 8 inches. So just fold that over and burnish it. And then you need to attach it to your other piece. Go down here with this quick grab glue so that I don't have to wait quite so long for it to dry. You could use red liner tape here as well. It would be nice and strong. So just take your other piece, match it up to that score line. Be sure that these edges are even. If you have to, you can trim those, and then just fold it over and give it a good burnish. Same on the back. You really don't notice it a whole lot there. And like I said, you could even place something over that as a decorative piece if it bothers you too much. So there is our card blank. Next I have the mat, which I've of course gutted as usual. This is a fairly lightweight card. It really is paper, I think, more than card. So it's going to help to keep the bulk and the weight of this down anyway. So let's get this on next. And then I'll place the layer, which is going to be the background piece. The mat is cut at 7 3/4. If you want a smaller mat, you can cut that at 7 7/8. And then for my background piece, another piece of paper, very lightweight. And this I cut at 7.5. I'm going to start with the bottom half of the arc here. Place the rim on, and then I'll just continue on. So I'll leave you to watch as I put these pieces into place. I'm just going to check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's not going to go off the card. So what I can do is bring it down here. Place it like that. Have it come behind somewhere along that. So I'm just going to just glue this. Now I should explain also that when I cut this out, I did not have all these colors that I wanted, so all I did was cut it in white cardstock and then used alcohol markers to color it in. I think maybe sitting just back behind there like that would be good. And I could secure that. Just a little bit of tape. It doesn't move about on me. So, as I said, I used alcohol markers to color this in, and then I went round it with an ink pad. I used I think it was the Espresso distressed ink. So I'm going to put that down. It's not really, that will be glued onto the card base, of course. And then I'll start placing my little animals. Now these animals that I have here are stamps. These all came from a free stamp set that was with a card making magazine. I don't know, I probably had it 3 years ago, but these were it was a safari theme. Now these are heavy doodles. These the alligator and the elephant and the turtle, but the others are all from that free pack. All I did was stamp them onto a sheet of white card or paper, put it through my scan and cut, and then had it fussy cut for me. So if you don't have a scan and cut, all you need to do is just cut around it, and you can leave a little area like that around the edges, or have something closer like this one here. Not sure which ones I'm going to use out of these, but I do have plans for these little animals, because these are my 2x2s. So I've got a lion. My lioness, there was not a lioness in the pack, so all I did was take the lion and cut his mane off. Then I have a giraffe, tiger, and a monkey, and then I have their mates as well. So the ladies all have lovely eyelashes. So let's get this planned out on this card. So we can bring that back in now. Make sure it's the right way. I can place that here. And what I thought I would do is have my animals on deck. They might be hanging from the rafters, or from the portholes, I should say. I've got my little lion and his missus. So, you know, the monkey, and then, of course, our tigers. Could even have the giraffes maybe peeking out from behind there, because they are, of course, going to be the tallest creatures, something like that. So, right, I'm going to get busy putting these down. So I'm going to switch you back to the music, and I'll be back. I've decided I'm not going to use these. I had thought maybe I could have them, you know, peeking out of the portholes or something like that, but I just think it was getting a bit too fussy. So I'll just put those back. And then I've got a sentiment here. Now this is another stamp. This is a digital stamp, however, and it was a free gift. And I just printed it out, put it on my scan and cut round it, but of course you could cut that out with a die or just fussy cut it by hand. I also had this little freebie here. This was a little lightweight die cut from a magazine, and not sure if I was ever going to really use that, so I thought, oh, that would be very nice, just put on there like that. I'm going to color this a little bit first though. And I've got some of my Kuretake Clean Color Real Brush pens here. I just want to give it a little bit of a lift. what I'm going to do with that, I've mounted it on a piece of craft cardstock that I had. It was just in my stash and had a circle cut out of it already. I don't know what it was from, but I just had to hold on to it. So I'm just going to put this on a bit of foam tape. Now I've made this as a new home card. I thought of, the ark being a new beginning, new life. But of course, that would also, oh dear, I've done the wrong thing. That would also be a great card for a child's birthday, perhaps a first birthday, maybe even a christening, new baby card. Not even a card, you could just make it as something that could be framed and hung in a child's room. So many possibilities with that. So I'm just going to put that on there first, and then I'll put the foam pads on. Go back in, do that. It should be alright. I'm going to add a little bit of this glue to it. Right, and then this, oops, I'm going to add on top of the roof here, like so. Final thing I'm going to do with this is to add some of the glossy accents to the portholes and I think to some of the eyes for the animals. And of course I will have to let that dry, so you're not going to see the full effect immediately. It'll be a little bit cloudy, and then later as it dries it's going to go very glossy. Trick, of course, is going to be to keep my fingers away from those glossy accents until they're well and truly dry. So, there we have our Noah's Ark new home card. Very generous size. You've got plenty of room in there for lots of signatures and messages. If you want to even put another insert inside of there, stamp a sentiment. And of course you've got the back as well. And there's our join. Hardly noticeable really. And it's a nice strong little card. Well, not so little. It is after all 8 by 8. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you'll give Noah's Ark a try yourself. I hope that you are enjoying these videos, that you'll continue to subscribe, and if you haven't already subscribed, please consider doing so today. Thank you again. In the meantime, please take care and crafty hugs. Bye. And I hope that you are enjoying these videos, that you'll continue to subscribe, and if you haven't already subscribed, please consider doing so today. Thank you again. In the meantime, please take care and crafty hugs. Bye.